Hello, Kiri Honey here, and thank you for joining me for today's session. We are talking about the 5 ways people pleasing is terrible for your mental health and your marriage. So, we're going to dive right in, and I'm doing things a little bit differently today in that I've created some slides, which I don't normally do. So, please bear with me as I navigate through those. All right. So, as I said, I am Kiri Honey. I am a relationship coach for moms who are wanting to have a stronger partnership than they did before the kids. All right. Let's dive into people pleasing. If my slides will work. There you go. Okay. People pleasing tends to be a very common problem. And if you are watching this, you can probably relate to that. It is full of things that involve insecurity and fear, because if we were confident in who we are and our opinions and our values and all of that, we wouldn't need to people please. We would be confident in being ourselves. So this is a very common issue that we are going to discuss today. People pleasers tend to sacrifice their own needs, their own wants, their own opinions to ensure that others will approve, basically to fit in and like them. And I'm pretty sure we can all relate to this at some stage, particularly in our younger school days, perhaps, because we all just want to be liked, right? So sometimes that interest in being liked, valued, appreciated outweighs our willingness to be ourselves. But that is actually really detrimental to your mental health and to your marriage. Because when you neglect yourself in this way and live in constant fear or concern of what other people think, it can be quite draining, both physically and mentally, as well as your relationship, because you're just constantly worrying about what others think, whether it be the state of your house, if it's constantly worrying about the mess around you, or what people are going to think about your appearance. It's just not worth it. Because haters are going to hate regardless of whether you are being true to yourself or not. There you go. Okay, so here are 5 ways that your mental health and relationship will suffer as you attempt to people please your way through life. So let's stop with the people pleasing and be our true authentic selves, shall we? All right, the first way it impacts your mental health is stress. Okay, as a people pleaser, your inability to say no will have you adding more activities and things to your plate than you actually want to, because we're already extremely busy in our lives. But if you start saying yes to everything, you're going to keep being asked to do all the things, even though you don't want to. Okay, so this could mean taking on more responsibility at work, simply saying yes to a night out when you'd rather stay in, etc., etc. Either way, consistently putting others first and your own wants and needs last will eventually put your stress levels way off the charts. Okay, so instead of saying yes to a whole bunch of things you don't want to, decide what makes you happy and say yes to that instead. Number 2, depression. Something I know more about than I'd like to. Okay, when you put your all into making everyone else happy, you aren't being true to yourself. Your wants, needs, likes, opinions, all of that goes out the window as you try to edit yourself, to adapt, to fit with whoever you're trying to please or whoever you're trying to fit in with. It's extremely stressful to put on a show, keep up appearances, and give 100%, 110% of yourself to someone else because you feel as if you need their approval. Can you think of an instance where this might be you? This makes it very easy to slip into depression and loneliness because you neglect who and what really matters, which of course is you. The third, resentment. I think we can all probably relate to somewhere in this as well. When you spend most of your time caring for and pleasing others without getting much in return, a huge load of resentment will start to set in. Can you relate? On the surface, you'll be full of smiles, and yes, everything is wonderful. However, behind closed doors, it will be a different story. You'll start to resent yourself for giving so much, and also resent others for not caring as much as you do or in returning the favor. If you don't change course, this is a dead-end road that will lead to frustration, discontent, and unhappiness. So let's try and avoid this resentment by prioritizing you. Okay, losing yourself. This is one of the big ones that I dealt with and that I work with my clients to support them, because not only does motherhood result in largely losing yourself, but so does people pleasing. As you focus more on pleasing other people, you sacrifice your own identity. You're no longer being your authentic, true self, are you? And you lose who you really are. So changing yourself to fit in for the approval of others causes you to stop walking your own path, and you're taking theirs instead. This leads to an internal battle that leaves you feeling drained, frustrated, uncertain about who you are and what you actually want. And this is also common when you become a mother, because again, you're so focused on these other beings that you forget about you. It will also impact your close relationships because you spend so much time placing your energy on the wrong things. I think we're all guilty of doing that, of not doing the thing that really matters most. We worry so much about all these little things, but we really need to focus on what matters. The last one, number 5, is anxiety. The longer you put the needs of others front and center, the more anxiety you're going to have. If you are a chronic people pleaser, you tend to worry constantly about being good enough, fitting in, being accepted by those around you. For this reason, your imperfections and mistakes are magnified at all times, and you become your own worst critic. Does that sound like you? What do you think? This alone can cause your anxiety to go through the roof because you feel like you just don't measure up, that you're not good enough, and you might even fear that your partner won't like you for the person you really are. So that in itself, thinking about that, can cause a whole heap of anxiety and fear and insecurity, right? So people pleasing can have a serious impact on your mental health, as you may have noticed in those 5 tips, and will keep you stuck in a vicious cycle of anxiety and depression. So rather than looking for approval from everyone else, start searching inward. Give yourself the love, the energy, the attention that you have been giving to everyone else. This might just include doing something for you, which may just mean booking a call with me, because my job is to help you have a stronger partnership. And we start by looking at you. So if you book your free chat, it's a 15-minute chat over a virtual platform where we will talk about the next big move you need to have a stronger relationship. So book your chat using the link below, and I hope you found this video helpful. Stay tuned for more free sessions in my Facebook community if you join Kiri's community for moms who want a rock-solid relationship on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here today. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.